The doors closed behind him with a heavy sound. For the first time, the palace felt unfamiliar, not as a place of comfort, but as a place where something hidden was about to be uncovered. The king stood in silence, his back turned, holding a banner that carried the weight of a forgotten past, a symbol Jumong had already seen and somehow already felt connected to. When their eyes finally met, there were no titles, no ranks. Then the words came, simple, direct, and impossible to ignore. In that moment, everything Jumong believed about himself began to break apart. A vision of fire and battle filled his mind, a warrior standing against an army, carrying a banner that refused to fall. Not a king, not a ruler, but something greater, a protector. Behind him stood others, warriors bound not by a throne, but by purpose. The Damul, a name erased from history, but never truly gone. The king turned away, unable to hold his gaze any longer, because the truth he had hidden for years was no longer his to control, and the weight of that choice had finally returned. Jumong stood alone with the truth, no longer a prince by birth, no longer certain where he belonged. Only one question remained: who was he really? Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying it. When he stepped out, the palace had not changed, but everything felt different. The walls, the guards, the silence, all of it now felt distant, like a place that was never truly his. But some things had not changed at all. The princes stood in his path, not as brothers, but as obstacles, waiting, watching, ready to remind him where they believed he belonged. No words were needed. The tension between them said everything. Pride, anger, fear, all standing in silence, waiting for someone to break. But Jumong did not stop. He did not argue. He did not react. He simply walked forward, as if their words no longer had power over him. Back in his chamber, the pieces of his life lay before him, a sword, a bow, and a symbol. Each one now carried a meaning he could not ignore. A memory surfaced, faint but clear, a guiding hand, steady and strong, a voice reminding him not to depend on sight, but to trust what he could feel. And in that moment, the confusion began to settle, not into answers, but into direction, because even without knowing everything, he knew he could no longer stay the same. He gathered only what mattered, not the things of a prince, but the tools of a warrior, because the path ahead would not be one of comfort. Before the sun could fully rise, he stepped beyond the gates. No ceremony, no farewell, just a quiet departure from a life that was never truly his. From a distance, the king watched in silence. He did not call him back. He did not stop him, because deep down, he knew this moment could never be undone. Far beyond the palace, in the quiet of the forest, someone was already waiting, not with doubt, but with certainty. As Jumong stepped into the unknown, the path before him finally became clear. He was no longer the prince of a palace. He was the son of a legacy, and that journey had only just begun. The truth had set him free, but freedom comes with a price. Only truth waiting between them, and the longer the silence lasted, the heavier it became. Subscribe for next episode.